Hello everyone. The video is about my report about an article, Thai Airway International PCL Financial Risk Factors Analysis. The author of the article is Besarich. For the year 2013, the Risk Management Committee had identified the three major financial risk factors that would have substantial impact on Thai Airway performance, including the risks associated with the volatilities of jet fuel price, the risks associated with fluctuation of foreign exchange rates, and the risk associated with fluctuation of interest rates. As we said before, there are three types of the risks. First one is the risk associated with volatilities of jet fuel price. Second one is the risk associated with fluctuation of foreign exchange rates. And the third one is the risk associated with fluctuation of interest rates. Fuel price fluctuation depends on supply and depends within the context of global economic situation and political uncertainty worldwide. So, how can we avoid the risk of it? For jet fuel price, we can use the future tools. There are three types of hedging can be used in the future market. The first one is the futures and spot hedging in order to avoid the risk of changes in spot prices. The second one is a future hedging transactions with different delivery months, since the futures in different delivery months in market has price gap. The third one is a futures hedging transactions with different future market, like in New York Cotton Exchange, Shanghai Futures Exchange also has no price gap. For this case, I use the futures and the spot hedging and the forward contract. Since we don't have the specific data in the article, assumption that make 3 months contract with firm A. 1 unit jet oil price is $100, and now jet oil price is $95. Thai Airway want to hedging 100,000 unit jet oil. After 3 months, there will be two situations. The first one is the real jet oil price arises to $105. So the delivery and hedging price is $5 per unit. Total earned 500,000 US dollars. The second situation is the real jet oil price dropped to 90 US dollars. So the delivery and the losses is $5 per unit. Altogether, the Thai Airway lost 500,000 US dollars. About future contract, it has fixed trading places like CME Globelex, CME Clearport. The commodity code is HO, and the contract unit is 42,000 gallons. The trading hours is from Monday to Friday is 17 o'clock to 18 o'clock, and during the day from 17 o'clock from the closet 45 minutes. The open outcry is Monday to Friday. The time is 9 o'clock to 14:30. And every day by the settlement institution based on the settlement price on a day, the long and short of all the varieties of future contracts or floating losses calculated floating supplies. There are some differences between the future and the forwards. The first is the different content of the standardized contracts. The content futures contracts are standardized by the exchange to make clear in the contract agreement, negotiated without the buyers and the sellers themselves, saving transaction times, improving transaction efficiencies. The only variable is the price of futures contracts. The terms of the forward contracts agreement negotiated by buyers and sellers with great flexibilities. And the second one is the different places of trading the contracts. The futures contracts traded in exchange focused. There is a fixed time and a place of transaction. Transaction behavior needs to follow future trading rules formulated according to law. OTC forward contracts on exchange reached the specific time and the place agreed upon by the parties to the transaction on their own. And the third one is the different risk of trading. The future margin through a strict system for buyers and sellers to provide credit guarantees, so that the market participation only face the risk of price fluctuations. Do not assume the credit risk. Long-term contracts, not only the existence of the price risk, credit risk will have to face too. The fourth one is the different liquidity contract. The transaction transfer future contract prior to maturity. The sale, you can reverse the transaction that is open to taking responsibilities for performance of hedge. Forward contracts is limited by the terms of personalizations. It is difficult to find counterparties, so in most cases can only wait in expires when the performance of the contract, physical delivery, otherwise it is a breach of contract. And the last one is the difference of settlement. Thai Airways guaranteed revenues in Thai baht and more than 40 foreign currencies, mainly in USD dollars, euro, and Japan yen. Currently, the airline's risk management department manages the currencies by categorizing cash flow currencies into the big four main currencies: the Thai baht, the USD dollar, the euro, and Japan yen, to reduce the impact of fluctuations. Then, long forward contracts on currencies were used in order to reduce the cash flow volatilities. The natural hedging approach has also been used too. Thai Airways had also employed the VAR software programs to determine funding strategies and established risk management guidelines through the use of financial tools, such as the cross-currency swap and the forward contracts. For this case, they use swap to hedging foreign exchange rate. They call foreign currency swap. Since we don't have the specific data too, so the assumption that Thai Airways got $10 million payment, the company will be paid for an exchange of baht for Thai domestic spending, and Thai Airways buy a new airplane from USA, it will pay $10 million of the purchase price after 3 months. If at that time the dollar was 35 baht, and after 3 months the dollar is 38 baht, Thai Airways will price 35 times of $10 million into 350 million baht. 3 months after dollar when needed, the company will also go to purchase foreign exchange. Thus, the firm is doing two struck foreign exchange transactions at the same time, being an exchange rate risk. If after 3 months, 30 38 baht devaluations, the company must use 380 million baht in exchange for $10 million, resulting in a loss of 30 million baht. Well, how to swap? For example, do a 3-month dollar-baht foreign exchange swap trading, spot corresponding to sell $10 million to buy baht, where an agreement 3 months after selling a baht to buy $10 million. Suppose the dollar 3 months interest rate is of 3%. 3 months risk rate interest rate of 1.5% baht. The Bank of Thailand, combined with the use of the interest rate risk evaluations theories coupled with the expected level of risk financial products derived from swap point is X. The client in exchange for a fixed cost is Y. Thus, the company solved the shortage of liquidity problems, but also to achieve the purpose of fixed exchange cost and avoid exchange rate risk. And for the forward contract, we have already mentioned before. The interest rate risk arose from changes in market interest rates, which had an effect on the company's present and future operating results. To manage the volatilities of interest rates during the year 2012, Thai Airways entered 14 interest rate swap contracts of its Thai baht, Japan yen, and euro, dominating debits to change the floating interest rate of the debits to a fixed rate. It is also used swap to hedging the interest rate swap. There is two kind of the interest rate. First one is the fixed interest rate, and the other one is the floating interest rate. And there, at last, there is a conclusion of the article. Currently, both President Jack and the Risk Management Committee believe that the existing foreign exchange rate risk and interest rate risk management were effective and that Thai Airways could continue with the existing practice by simply performing natural hedges on the foreign exchange rate risk and rolling over the interest rate swap contracts. For the risk management, we use the derivative financial instruments to avoid risks. After all, I cannot say which method is the best because each method has its own risks, as we mentioned the risks before. Just use the appropriate financial instruments to avoid the risks, and that each approach are the best. That's all for my report. Since tomorrow is the Christmas, so happy Christmas everyone. Thank you.